This is the Backlog Exposed podcast, bringing you weekly discussions on gaming, as well as quick insights into sports, entertainment, and anything else that we can think of. To get in touch with us, be sure to check out our website, thebacklogexposed.com, where you can find all of our social media details like Twitter, Discord, YouTube, and Facebook.
I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And we are
The Backlog
Exposed.
Now. Gear up and get ready, because this backlog is about to be exposed. Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 27 of the Backlog Exposed. I am your host Kevin, and it is November 25th, 2018. And I'm going to start this one off with a little something. Joe, are you there?
I am here, finally. Man, I feel like a guest on my own podcast.
You know, it's a rough road when you don't have the talent on the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
No, for real. I feel like I bring the content and I can talk about whatever, but you have to have some flavor. You know, you can't just have steak with no butter. Or you can't have
yeah. You know what I mean? You can't be walking around with a bowl of cereal. You got to have the milk.
Exactly. Although it's kind of weird, Wesley doesn't like milk in his cereal, so you got to check him. I got to keep an eye on him. You know what I mean?
Go figure, that kid. Something wrong with that kid.
Man, good to have you back. So how's the house coming along?
Well, man, we still got boxes, places, but I would say we're about 70% unpacked.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Not too bad at all.
So while you were out, Joe, I don't know if you heard, but Wesley sat in for a little bit of podcasting, and it didn't work out so well. I took about 15 minutes with him just to see what would happen, and I had to get rid of most of it, but I threw a little snippet in of him talking. He just, there's no structure to it, but he had fun, but he just kept talking. Like, he has a thought, and then in the middle of that thought, it changes to another topic mid-sentence, and the flow is normal for him. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, man, he's a wild kid though. I love that damn kid. I haven't seen him in forever.
He misses you for sure, man. I'll tell you what. The video of you and him singing more than words, every once in a while it pops up, and
man,
he's something else. He's getting crazy, man. He's explosive now. He's just like, he's always had a lot of energy, but now it's like jumping on the couch and flipping. He wants to show us all the different things he can do, and it's nuts. You ever see Mad TV with Stewart? And the character, he's like, look what I can do. That's Wesley right now. But so while we were out, or over the last week, we had Thanksgiving, and I did say on the last podcast we were going to have a guest host on Wednesday. Jason was going to jump on, but he had an emergency or something. He wasn't able to make it, so we didn't do it, because there's no urgency when there's not a lot going on in the gaming world as far as like new releases and things like that. But now we have Joe back, and I'll tell you what, lot of fun and a lot of good times for the holidays, like having family not around. I mean, I'm not around family, but having family like contact you and talking with everybody. You don't necessarily do it every day, right? Because we're busy, we got things to do, and on a Monday night or whatever, it's like, it's not always easy to pick up the phone and call family. It is easy, but it's not always on the top of your mind, because you got so many different things going on. So like holidays come around, and especially since I live far away, it's good because you start talking to family again. And I have a lot of family, so you start messaging back and forth and videos and all that fun stuff. But now you got to move and live near your family. Was this your first Thanksgiving back with your family in a while, or have you kind of done some traveling in the past?
Yeah, man, this was well, here's the cool part about it. This was my first Thanksgiving in my house, which was the first Thanksgiving we had ever hosted. So that was pretty cool, man. We had a bunch of people here, and yeah, it was awesome, dude. Everybody showed up. My mom had to work, and my dad, he's fighting cancer and doing the best he can do. I'd called him 3 or 4 days prior to Thanksgiving. I was like, you going to make it, Dad? He was like, no, I'm not going to go without your mom. And I'm like, that's fine. We're coming up there Saturday. No big deal. So he calls me the night before Thanksgiving. He's like, hey, if you come up here and get me, I'll hang out. So my sister went and got him, and he hung out with us for about 4 hours, and that was pretty good, man. That's what made Thanksgiving for me, was having Dad up here.
That's something else, man. That's like Christmas and Thanksgiving all in one.
Yeah, man, it is, because you know, for people out there listening, you never know when the last time your mom and dad will be around, man, and we'll take it for granted. I mean, I spent 15 years from home, and that's 15 years I can't get back. That's 15 birthdays I miss with my dad. That's 15 birthdays I miss with my mom. Easters I've missed. Thanksgivings or Christmases I've missed. 15 years is a long time, man. And looking back now, it's, if my dad were to pass away or whatever, it's like, man, I could have stayed home and had 15 years of memories with the guy. But at the same time, that's not the correct way to look at the way things go, because you don't know what's going to happen ever. Yep. But for people that's out there, man, and you don't really know when the last time you could talk to your parents, so you better love them now and tell them you love them every day you get a chance.
Yeah, and it's the holidays also bring those types of memories too, and those types of feelings. Like, family is awesome to be able to stay in contact with, but the ones you've lost, they say it doesn't get what's the term? Like, it never gets better, but it gets easier or something like that. I lost my mom in 2007, and it was I think December 7th or 6th. I mean, it was a mix of 2 days that I didn't sleep at all. So that's coming up, and it always, Thanksgiving was tough that year because my dad didn't want anything to do with Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. It was just a very difficult time for the whole family, and I'm the youngest of 5, so I didn't start having kids until my mom passed away. Knowing, every year, it's like, I remember Christmas time, and I remember baking cookies with my mom or wrapping presents or something, and I just sit back now and I'm like, man, I wish she could know my kids. I wish my kids could know her. And it's times like this. But see, like, I try not to dwell on it. I try not to think that it's bad. I try to think, like, that's awesome that I wish my kids knew my mom, because she was that great. Here we are 11 years later, and there hasn't been a day that I haven't thought about her. And so, I'm thankful that I had an awesome mom to take care of me, raise me, and all that. But what you were saying just a minute ago really hits home, because when I was like 15 or 16 or whatever, and you start getting friends and cars, and you can leave the house and actually leave the neighborhood. I was going out and about on a regular basis, hanging out with friends, and every day I'd come home from school and I'd say, "Hey, Mom," and I'd just leave. And when she died, there was a journal that she left behind. My mom was a smart woman. She wanted to keep teaching us even after she passed away, and so she left a journal that we all got to read, and she knew we were going to read it. And it was like back then, the journal when I was 15, and it talked about how she was so sad that I would come home and every day I would just leave, and I wouldn't even like act like I cared about her. And so it's like, that was pretty tough to read, days after she passed away. But the lesson there really is to remember the people that are around, and remember to keep in contact with them as much as you can. What was that latest movie I saw recently? Oh, Coco. Did you ever see Coco, the new Disney movie?
Yeah.
So that really rang home for me, even though it's just a cartoon. It's like, if everyone forgets about the ones that are gone, they're gone forever. Like, unless somebody remembers them. And that's the point of the movie. Remember the ones that are gone. And so I wish I knew then how much it impacted her that I was just leaving, so I could have been a little bit more of an adult or grown up or something. But I was 15, 16. I don't really resent myself. Yeah, I mean, that's every 15 or 16-year-old though, dude. You can't dwell on that. I mean, that's everybody, when they were growing up, they couldn't wait to jump in the car and go. It's not that we didn't care less about them. It's just, damn, we were in this house for 15, 16 years. We need to let loose, Time to move on. But, I wish I could change those things now. You look back and you're like, man, I wish I didn't make her upset. I wish this, that, all the... But in reality, it's just, it's the way it is. And treat your wives, your husbands, your kids, your aunts, uncles, grandparents.
Yeah, man. Telling you never know.
Yeah.
everyone has a time, and no one knows when it is.
Yep. That is for sure, man. And but as long as we can enjoy it and do our best to be good family, good friends, hey, that's the best way to do it. So on that note, a couple weeks ago I had my brother on, and my brother and I, we don't talk near as much as I'd like to. Like, he and I are 1 year apart. We were pretty close growing up. Like, he had his own group of friends and I had my own group of friends. And then something happened where all of his friends were my friends. And I ended up I was a roommate with one of his best friends. He was a roommate with my best friend. And life just went on. And so we became closer through college and all that. And then I moved away. And so I still talk to him I don't talk to him as much as I'd like to, but I still talk to him every once in a while. Like, we keep in touch via text or something. Well, he's just a busy guy. He's put 1,000 hours a week into work. You know, he's got a family, and he really works really hard to make sure that his family's okay and that there's no burdens. But I want to see him happy. And that doesn't mean he's not happy. I'm not trying to say he's unhappy, but I want to see him let loose and be comfortable and enjoy life, enjoy the things that he used to be able to do, but he can't dedicate time to. So I splurged a little bit, and I sent him up a PlayStation 4, fully loaded to the gills, 100 games on it, with the VR headset. And I wanted to give it to his family, because his kids, he has 2 daughters and a wife, and I really wanted his daughter to be able to enjoy it, play the VR, because she had some fun when I brought it up there. So they opened it up already, and I'm not saying this to like gloat or anything. None of this. I really wanted to see him smile and be able to play Tetris, because we talked a bit about it a couple weeks ago, and he is phenomenal at Tetris. And so this new Tetris came out. It's got the VR mode, which I've gloated over so much. It's a really awesome way to play Tetris. The VR aspect of it is just, you can't match it. And so he has had an opportunity to get in there. And I don't know, I haven't seen his scores or anything like that. I don't know how much time he's really put into it, but I know he's happy. I know he's jumping into it. I talked to his wife, Gina, and she was saying that he's happy about this. So he's the kind of guy who'd get mad at you for buying him something, and I'm glad he's not holding it against me, because I said to him, as long as we get to play a game or two every once in a while, that'll be more than enough return for me, return on investment.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. So what have you been playing, man? What's going on? What's on the agenda?
Man. Well, I'm gonna just read off a couple of the games I have been playing, and then we'll dive into the important stuff. So the games I've been playing this week are Tetris, Black Ops 4, Battlefield 5, Fortnite, Spider-Man, Beat Saber, and WWE 2K19. Before I continue, I want to hear what your list. I'm pretty sure I know your list, but I want to hear it. I think yours is shorter than mine.
Yeah, man. Same old. Black Ops 4. Me and my buddies have been playing that. Well, you've been playing that with me too.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Occasional Fortnite. Me and the kids will get on there and do occasional Fortnite.
Yeah.
I'll get on there, and I went in there a couple nights ago and played a little bit of Spider-Man just to see how it was with on my new TV.
Have you gotten the
been playing Red?
I want to ask you, did you end up picking up the expansion packs for Spider-Man?
No, I didn't. I kind of there were like kind of mixed reviews on it, man. I was reading a lot of there's 3 DLCs for it. And some of the people were complaining on how difficult it is to beat some of those, one of the new DLCs. It's like, man, this DLC is more difficult to beat. And it turned me off, not for the fact that it's difficult to beat, but it seems like no one's having fun playing it.
Huh.
They're more aggravated on like techniques that you have to learn and all that. So I was kind of like, I'm not going to worry with that. And then of course, one of the other DLCs, they're like, man, it was like 3 hours long or 4 hours long or something it was 6 hours long, and you get 3 new outfits. But I don't know. I've kind of gotten away from Spider-Man. I'm on Reddit quite a bit.
Yep.
And I follow the Spider-Man Reddit, and they're just driving me nuts with this new show. What is it, the Raimi suit or whatever it's called? And I'm like, dude, give it a break, man. Like, they'll bring it out when they bring it out, And what about this costume? I want this costume, or I want it to look like this. And I'm just like, good God, man. Like, give it a break, people. Play the game. Who cares about cosmetics,
Yeah, man. People are barking so loud, and it sucks because it's a small group of people, but they're really loud when they bark online. And then people jump on the bandwagon. And I hate that because it's such a pessimistic view. Like, people think that everything should be built for them. It's like going into a restaurant and then the restaurant owner has a menu and you're like, but why did you make it like this? I think you should have it like that.
Yeah.
It's like you're going into somebody else's place.
Well, I quit playing Fortnite, man. I mean, I honestly quit playing Fortnite because of a lot of people. All they do is they don't care about the game. They want new pickaxes and backpack bling and outfits and hats, and they want a kill counter on their gun. And I'm like, dude, just play the game. Play the game and be like, man, this game needs to be fixed. It needs better accuracy. It needs this drop rate. It needs this kind of weapon. They ain't even doing that. They're bitching and grappling because they don't have a backpack bling. Oh, I want Kevin on my backpack. Like, dude, play the game. Jesus Christ.
And then they get it. Then they get the freaking backpack with the
well,
cube
yeah,
on
then they
it.
get the backpack. It's so freaking, it's so dumb. It pisses me off, man.
But Joe, seriously, the first month Black Ops came out, I really didn't play it much because I wanted to play it with you, and I tried playing it without anybody else. I just didn't have fun playing with random people on there because I was playing mostly multiplayer. I didn't jump into the Blackout too much, and then I went back to Fortnite. I was like really heavily into Fortnite. I have to give credit to Epic. Like, they built up the cube story or whatever, and then that moment, I think you saw it online, right, with the glow and the cube exploded and the island exploded, and you know, that was an awesome moment in Fortnite, in my opinion. I thought it was a really cool build up, and it was interesting, but I feel like it has absolutely shit the bed since. That build up was epic, and then since then, it's been like, okay, what's the point of playing? Like, everything.
In my opinion, man, Fortnite started off really good, and now all these people are online bitching and grapping about outfits and stuff. I was talking about. So Epic's like, hell with it.
They got mad.
If they're bitching and grapping about us not having backpacks and outfits and pickaxes, hell with it. I'll load every damn pickaxe and outfit they want. Guess what? It's going to cost them 1,000 V-Bucks. 1,000 V-Bucks is $10. So Epic's like, fuck it, man. Why do I care about how bad the gameplay is right now if no one's arguing about the gameplay?
Seriously. Well, like, for example, the Skull Trooper came back, and then the Reaper pickaxe, which I guess was something that was specific to like season 1 or 2, and it was really hard to get.
Yeah.
So people are bitching about that being released to purchase, and they're like, I thought this was going to be exclusive, and you know, I can't believe that this is, and they're freaking going nuts. And it's like, that's the shit that drives me nuts, because it is specifically a cosmetic. It has no enhancement to the game. And people are crying.
One guy on my Reddit was like, well, it's people like us that buy this shit that make this game free. I'm like, no, not really, bro, because if you think about it, Fortnite was free regardless. We could have not bought anything, and Fortnite would have still been free. Yep. It's just people that don't give a shit, and people that don't understand that they can just spend this money for no reason. Like, if you want to go out there and spend $20 here, you know, $10 here, I get it. But, dude, there are people literally every time a new backpack comes out, they'll buy it. Or a new pickaxe, they'll buy it. Or a new backpack, they'll buy it. A new outfit, they'll buy it. And they're all like, yeah, man, this outfit's amazing. I need help getting a win. Like, what? Learn to play the game and then worry about a damn outfit. Like, Jesus.
Like, from a marketing standpoint, it's brilliant. This company has secured...
Oh, it's super brilliant. I'm not mad at Epic at all. Yeah. They're fucking geniuses, dude. Like, they are straight up geniuses.
But last week I was talking about toxicity in gaming, and I have noticed, I think for a long time in Fortnite, I mean, I've played that game probably more hours than almost any game I've ever played in my life in a period of a year. And
not me. I hate that fucking game.
But I'm saying, like, from like September of last year to, and I've slowed down a lot over the last month and a half of playing it. I still play it more than any game, but it's a lot less than any game. In the first 6 months of playing this game, it was generally either playing with friends or playing with random people who were normal, fun, easygoing. And then the kids, the flux of kids after like season 2 or 3 just started getting absolutely out of control.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to think about it though, dude. There is no game out there until Fortnite for kids to play like this. There was no online game for kids to go in there and actually have fun with. Like, I don't mind my kids playing it because as soon as they log in, they create a party and they don't play with nobody. They play online with, squads or duos, but they don't talk to anybody. And it's kid friendly, man. I mean, the graphics are kiddie. There's no blood. There's no, whatever. Yeah, you're still killing people, but at the same time, it's like, it's like playing a cartoon. And this is like the first real kid game. And, I get it. It's like you said, though, man, after season 2, God almighty, there were so many kids that got on this game. But you got to think, though, too, in my opinion, I think season 1 and 2, first of all, I don't think it was broadcasted enough, or not broadcasted, but wasn't advertised enough. And then,
and the streamers weren't,
parents were like, I'm not buying this game again. And a lot of people didn't know it was free for a while.
Yeah, because they thought they had to buy the battle pass.
Yeah, they thought they had to buy that battle pass, which is $10 or whatever. But yeah, but I don't know, man. It's all right. Kids still play it, and my daughter's really good at building and playing, and my son, he can shoot better than me, and it's good, man. They have fun with it, and I don't mind them playing it. Yeah,
so I played a game called Neverwinter for a long time, probably the year prior to
that game was fun, man.
Yeah, and Neverwinter, if you're not familiar with it, it's a MMORPG where it's story-based quests. You get the question. It's like a Skyrim or something, but online, and you're playing with other people.
It's pretty much like a Skyrim. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
And it's a Dungeons and Dragons based game, I believe. Neverwinter. I could be wrong there, but I think it's D&D based. So, anyways, Jed and I played a lot of Neverwinter. We got you and Adam in there for a couple.
I played rounds. Too, asshole. You can include me in that.
No, that's what I just said.
With you.
That's what I said. I said I got you and Adam in there for a bit.
Okay, maybe it did. I got excited for a second.
But yeah, I played the hell out of that, and something happened while I was in the middle of playing that to where I stopped and realized I'm not playing for the fun of it. I'm playing for the repetition. Like in Neverwinter, you had
it got super repetitive. Oh my god.
And you had to go in and you had to do daily challenges, and if you didn't keep up with that stuff, you'd kind of fall back. But the daily challenges were the same thing almost every day. And so you'd go do your dailies.
That's why I stopped playing Destiny, same thing with that.
Exactly. So you go do your dailies, and then you get your dailies done, and then you're like, okay, well, let's go do the main game. Well, you've already spent 2 hours doing your dailies, and then the main game isn't as appetizing, or like there's some kind of subconscious thirst for doing the dailies, but then the main game is like, I'll get to that later. Well, Fortnite doesn't have that same quest, that same like long-term quest line, but it has the dailies, right? It has the, hey, go in and get 3 kills with a shotgun.
Well, that is one thing I do like about Fortnite, though, honestly, is the challenges. So I wish there were more. Like me and Adam had talked about this before. Like there should be not a weekly challenges. You have 7 weekly challenges and you have 3 dailies. See, I don't think there should be. I want there to be more. So I think there should be like an overall, almost like Call of Duty. You get so many kills. You know what I'm saying? Like get 1,000 kills or get 500 kills or use so many mats or cut down so many trees. And there's a lot of challenges you can get. But also with those challenges, I don't think you should get like the main, like the big overall challenges, you know what I'm saying? Like, so many kills or, so many whatever. I think those should unlock V-Bucks for people. See, that would be awesome. That would almost get me interested in playing again.
I agree.
Because like
you
said, these challenges get kind of, monotonous. You just go in there, I got to get a shotgun kill. Okay, cool, got it. Oh, I got to get 3 kills with an assault rifle. I got fucking 97 days to do it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like...
Absolutely. Are you familiar with, have you been paying attention at all to any of the tournaments and things going on?
Yeah, dude, that shit's getting insane.
So right now...
$1 million tournaments and $5 million tournaments.
So this week there is their winter skirmish, right? Because so far they've done the summer skirmish, and now the fall skirmish got huge, like big ratings. They had a huge production for it, and now they're setting up for the winter skirmish. But to get there, anybody can get in. So they've chosen the people, and it's usually streamers or just people that they know from like little pocket tournaments that they built up. Well, right now that's this public tournament where it's called the Winter Royale. There's $1 million in prizes, and it's a point-based thing where for 2 hours or 3 hours, you get the most points you can in that 3 hours. And then you wait an hour, and then they have 3 more hours. You wait an hour, and they have... So there's like 5 days, I think, of 3 rounds, 15 total sets of 3 hours, where you can try to get as many points as you can. And Jagger could do it, you could do it, and Ninja's doing it. And it's the range is anybody can do this. And so then they have a global leaderboard for NA, North America, and EU, European Union. And so they're taking the best out of all of these people, and they're gonna build the winter tournament based off of that. And I think that's awesome.
Pretty badass.
Exactly. It's really cool because anybody can get involved. Anybody can do this. And so right now, literally as we speak right this moment, all the big time players are streaming Fortnite because they are trying to earn as many points as they can. And it's funny to see some of these big top dogs aren't getting the points to keep them in the top 200. But then there's others that are doing it.
Well, this is the thing this is the thing that Fortnite... I'm out of breath. I was chasing my kid. I don't know if you heard that or not.
I did.
Anyway, holy crap. Little turd throwing darts at me. Anyway, so this is what Fortnite in a whole is doing, all right? In my opinion. There's there's a lot of streamers out there, but there's a handful that have brought Fortnite to the forefront, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got Ninja, Dr. Disrespect, all these other guys. But some regular Joe is sitting up there in the engineering, department, development engineering, going, you know what? Why don't we do this? Which is these skirmishes, these point systems. Because guess what? There's a lot of good players out there.
Exactly.
That 1, don't know how to stream. 2, don't have the money to stream. 3, don't have any equipment to stream. And 4, don't know if they can stream. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they're like, let's get these guys involved. So when these, Kayleys and Caleb's and Jaggers and Miles and whoever wants to come out and start playing, and all of a sudden you have these no-name nobodies in the top 20, top 100, they're going, holy shit, where's Ninja? Where's Dr. Disrespect? Where's all these big-time streamers we're paying a shit ton of money for to advertise this game for us when they're not even doing what they're supposed to do? Where they at? So now they're like, you know what? Hell with it. We're going to open this up to anybody and everybody. And that, in my mind, is what they've done to be smart about it. But at the same time, I mean, good God, dude, Fortnite, I get tired of talking about Fortnite because it's taken over. And it is a good game. But like I said, I got burned out of it really quick due to the fact that it's a skill-based game, but it's a skill-based game
with random shit
building. Well, of building. It's a first-person shooter, or a third-person shooter. I'm sorry, third-person shooter, but it's skill based on building. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
There's skill in shooting. Don't get me wrong, but you can be an average shooter or an okay shooter and be an amazing builder and win damn near every time. Now, if you're an outstanding shooter and you can't build for shit, you're never going to win.
They put in dynamite, which does a significant amount of damage to structures. And if you have a couple sticks of dynamite and you place them properly, you can take down an entire building. Yeah, man, that dynamite is something crazy because I know Kaylee, I was watching her play earlier, and Caleb, they were throwing dynamite in the playground mode, and I'm just like, oh my God, it destroys like 3 walls. Yep, you can take down, if you throw it on the top floor, it'll fall through all the way down to the basement. And you could take down an entire building in Tilted with 2 sticks of dynamite if you place them right. So that helps. But see, this is what's funny, like we were talking about earlier, the people bitching. All these people are now saying, oh, well, this is a skill-based game based off of building, and now you're eliminating all these people who know how to build, and you're taking it away from them. Hell yeah, that's how it should be. But see, here's my opinion. My opinion is that I'm okay with the building. I'm okay with... I think it's silly how fast you can build, to be honest. I think, Yeah, I think there needs to be, a buffer or a delay. You can't use a wall within a microsecond. I mean, there should be, a half a second or a second difference. Because, I mean, dude, to me,
the building aspect of that game runs it for me. Just because of the fact that, you know, you can shit on someone's day, have 1 health, which is stupid, and they build a 19 by 19, 27 floor, 93 window, 19 roof in half a second. You're like, man, what the hell is this? While they're drinking 47 potions sitting on 2 campfires. You're like, oh my God.
The funny thing is I completely respect that, like, the game can revolve around that, but it does take a specific skill to be good at the building. Now, being a controller,
yeah, without a doubt. I mean, if you can't, like I said, if you can't build, dude, you're not gonna win, hands down.
Controller-based player, my problem comes with, like, I get locked into defects so often, and I call them defects. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's skill. Maybe it's me messing up. But, like, there's so many times where I'm trying to do what I want to do. For example, I want to throw up a wall and a ramp, and then switch over to my gun, and then shoot, and then switch over to my my grenade, and then throw a couple of grenades, and then, you know, build a wall. Like, basically, I'm just talking out a pattern of events, right? And in the process of this, we're talking, this is a matter of like 1.5 seconds. I want to do all those things. Well, I go to do it, and the second I try to edit the wall, I get stuck in edit mode for like 1 millisecond. And then I have to tap that button again and, like, switch my flow. And it takes me out of the moment, and I get killed. Like, boom. Okay, well, I missed doing what I was trying to do. And again, maybe it's skill, but there's so many times where I'm like, no, I was trying to edit that floor, and then I tried to get out of edit mode and go in to switch to my gun, and out of nowhere, I'm dead. Because it didn't take me out of edit mode. I wasn't switching from back to forth. It's gotten better since they've given us a dedicated edit button.
I mean, it has. The updates and everything's good, but, you know, I just got burnt out of it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. And what's funny is, this takes me into the blackout discussion, because one of the other things I wanted to say about Fortnite is, I think that Bloom, which I don't know why it's as wild and chaotic as it is. Like, maybe it has something to do with projectile, like, accuracy and all that, and maybe it's, if they took the bloom away, it would be way too easy to kill people. Like, you could snipe them with a handgun from across the map or something.
Well, I mean, to me, I think Bloom is just dumb in Fortnite. I think it's a kiddie game. Bloom needs to be a little better. Like I said, you can go on YouTube and type in Fortnite and type in shotgun kills or whatever. Dude, you will see all day people getting shot with a shotgun in the head, point blank, 39 damage.
See, it's funny you say that, because I feel like every time I fight somebody with a shotgun, all they have to do is jump once and tap, and I'm toast in one shot, no matter if I have full shield or not. And I'm sitting here blowing people away.
And you do 7 damage.
7 damage, yeah, point blank with a double barrel shotgun, and it's like nothing. So there's part of it is ping, right? The lower the ping.
My shotgun shoots Tic Tacs. Their shotgun shoots the damn atomic bomb dropped.
No shit, right?
Japan.
But after playing Blackout and having some better physics when it comes to accuracy and gun design, I have to say that, like, going back to Fortnite, I can see, like, I'm on Joe's side in the frustration levels of Fortnite, because I play Fortnite a lot, and I get used to what Fortnite shooting is all about, and then you switch over to Blackout, and precision is key. Precision becomes very important, but you can focus on getting better at that precision, whereas in Fortnite, you could be as precise as you want, but the bloom might say otherwise. The bloom might say, yeah, but random multiplier here says you didn't hit him, because I don't care where your crosshair was. We're not gonna give you that one. Or I watched a video of a guy who's just,
to me is, I don't have, so there's only a couple of things in Blackout that I don't like. One, I wish you had a little bit more control in your entry when you parachute down out of the helicopter. I wish you had a little bit more control, but, you know, that is what it is. No big deal. The menu, I wish was a little more fluid.
For the computer player, or
that's just going to take time, honestly, for anyone wanting to play that game. That's going to take time to understand
when you say
that menu and
are you
get
talking
a little
about the
quicker.
Inventory menu, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so like for the controller,
but with
it's
that being
way
said,
worse.
though, your inventory doesn't really affect the game per se. You know what I mean? Like anybody can go run in a building and hide for 10 seconds to change out some inventory items. That doesn't affect your gameplay. I just wish it was a little more fluid. But other than that, man, I don't have any real issues with it, dude. I mean, all the guns are really nice to use. I like how the guns sound. I like how they feel. It seems realistic to me. Like, when you shoot somebody, even when they have 2 or 3 tier armor, I mean, you can. And what I really like about when they have armor, though, is you can hear it. Ting, 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 ting. Yeah. And when their armor, you hit them with that last shot, you hear their armor break, and then you hear gunshots to them, which only takes about 2 or 3. To me, man, I like it. I just, like, a while ago, I went on there, and I didn't win, obviously, but I got 3 kills, one with a shotgun, one with a sniper rifle, one with a KN-57 in one map. But it's, to me, playing Blackout is not about wins. It really ain't. Like, I've won a couple maps or matches, but it's not about wins to me, because
it's about having fun. It's about enjoying your moment, getting better.
Well, it's about enjoying the game, but it's about getting these kills, because these kills are hard to get. Because if someone gets the drop on you first, you're done, bro. There's no wall building. There's no, whatever. There's no bloom where, they'll hit me once, miss me 3 times, hit me again. No, dude. By the time someone gets around on you or gets the edge on you, it's a done deal, bro. Unless you got like tier 3 armor, and even then, you're still armorless after that point and damn near half health before you can even turn around, throw a grenade, turn around, do something.
Tell me what you think of this. So in my opinion, I think I agree with you immensely on all those things. I have a couple of other little gripes that kind of go along with what you're saying. So like, my problem with inventory management doesn't come from the I hate the inventory. Like when you're trying to rummage through a bag or whatever, I feel like there's a delay in trying to pick things up, and so I'm constantly like. Well,
that is a big thing that pisses me off, is when you're picking up an enemy's supplies. It's like
click,
square. Wait a second, square.
Yeah,
that shit drives me nuts. Yeah. Now that could cost you a game.
It does. When you watch people play on the computer, it is not square space square space. It's click 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 done, and they're done looting. Like it takes 1 millisecond for Dr. Disrespect to loot everything he needs, and it takes me literally 40 seconds because there's a delay and it pauses, and especially if somebody else is going through the same bag as you, it's just impossible. So like that drives me nuts. Now the other thing for me, and again, this is definitely a skill type thing, but I don't know all the ins and outs of the best combination of gun and peripherals for the guns. So like, I'm getting there. The more I play, I have preferences. But for example, I was playing last night with a guy or a group, and everyone got killed, and it was just me. And I was running an ICR, some other gun, like a Titan or something, and I had scopes on both of them. And the guy says to me, while he's watching me play, he's like, "You obviously don't play this game too much, huh?" And I was like, "Why would you say that?" And he's like, "I'm just looking at your loadout." And I'm like, "Well, dude, first of all, you're dead and I'm not. Second of all, in this game, in Blackout, you may not run into the type of gun you want, right? You run into a building and there's 45 shotguns and 1 assault rifle, and then there's a bunch of attachments, and you don't have time to sit there like in Fortnite jumping into a bush and sorting everything out. And again, in Fortnite, it's kind of simple, right? You have 5 spots, and that's it. 5 spots.
Well, there's no attachments either.
There's no attachments.
You know what I mean?
So like, yeah, you have the sniper, and then you have you have the assault rifle, and then you have the scoped assault rifle, or the assault rifle and the silenced assault rifle. But in Call of Duty, you gotta figure all that shit out.
You gotta make that assault rifle a scoped assault rifle, or a silenced assault rifle, or a 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, or iron sight. And yeah, dude, that's why I like it, man, because those attachments.
I'm sure I'll come to like
how you play the game.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll come to like it. But one of the things that I think I don't like right now, and I might come to like this too the more I play it, is like, I've dropped so many times and there ain't shit around. right? You're just running around with 4 attachments and some ammo, but no gun, and you get
that's
wasted.
one thing I like about this game, though. There's not an abundance.
But then
of
you could drop and you could
guns.
get the golden full loadout ICR or Titan or whatever.
Hell
and then,
yeah, dude! You're gonna wreck face.
And then right next to it's a level 3 armor, and then over there is 2 trauma kits, and it's like that person doesn't like skill starts to get eliminated there when your loadout is literally that good. I know skill is still key, right? And that's what makes this game a bit better is that you get the drop on somebody and you have skill and you can precision fire. Well, you're gonna take them out and you're gonna win. But the other thing that I love about it that I'm gonna say has significantly made me happy is the camaraderie and the team-based like tactical. When you have a group of people who all want to win and you're all talking together, it's like you can coordinate. You can do like when me and Adam were playing. It's like you get further and you may not win, right? But you're getting the kills, you're getting the drops on people. And
well, I've noticed too, though, man. A lot of these people that win Blackout, like
they hide.
Very rarely will you see somebody win, have 7, 8 kills, 5, 6, 7 kills, whatever. A lot of these people will land, get some really good gear really quick, and they'll just hide out.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. That's just smart gameplay. I've been to Iraq. Wasn't nobody out there running around. We were all doing what we needed to do to blend in. I get it. But it's like, for me, it's just fun running. You can ask Adam. I like just running through shit.
Oh, you know my style, man.
Somebody shoot, and I'm just gonna knock. I'm gonna rock somebody with a shotgun.
I'm with you 100%
This
right
game
there.
is fun. Even if I get killed, I'm like, whatever. The game's still fun,
It doesn't take too long to reset, get back in there. Yeah, so like I'm with you 100% right there. And I had this funny match. I got like 4 kills off the bat, which I'm not that good. So like I was super excited for that moment. And I had the 4 kills and I was doing pretty good. And the way the circle was falling was like right on me. So I didn't move for a while because I was just in a good position. I had my kills and I was like, I want to make the top 10 or whatever. That was solos. So then I made the top 10 and I'm like, okay, I want to make the top. I want to win this game. So I'm going to play it smart. And I started picking people off. I think I got 5 kills total in the match. And I picked a couple people off while sitting like off the part of the map. It was like half the circle was in the water out by that hydro station up north, and the other half was on a hill, like a super straight up hill. And I'm sitting there looking in the water, looking at the water, looking at the hill. And I had paranoia on. I could basically I was set, and I was fully geared out, fully. I had a level 2 armor, fully equipped and everything. And it came down, there's 3 people left. And all of a sudden I was dead. And I'm like, what the fuck? There was a person who was sitting in the blue, swimming across the goddamn lake from the hydro dam for like minutes. Like they were just keeping to themselves. And when they killed me, I was the first kill that they had. So that means they were hanging out up there probably the whole damn game, doing nothing. And then they saw me sitting on the side of this hill in a perfect position to win. If everyone else was over the hill, I would have just killed them as they came over. Nope, this guy just picked me off. And the second he picked me off, the guy that was over the hill saw him and he was in the middle of the water, came over the hill and picked him off and killed him. And it was like, damn it, I could have won that fucking game. But if I had paid attention to the water better or something. But
yeah.
I am digging this game more and more the more I play it. I'm super happy I got to play with you and Adam a bit more.
I like it, man. Like I said, me and Adam play a lot. Me and you go in there and play a lot. I don't have anything to say about it. I think it's awesome. I mean,
well, it's a
more
breath
realistic.
of fresh air
it's more fun
too.
To play. It's more predictable. Okay, this door's open. I bet someone's in the house.
Well, how many times have we said it?
This door's open. Nope, there are 415 stories in the air because they built a fucking mansion.
This is Call of Duty revamped. It's like a real new version of the same thing we love. And I'm digging it so much because it feels fresh, it feels new, and it feels good. So that being said, I gotta say though, I played some Battlefield 5, and it's not I don't even want to compare it to Fortnite or Call of Duty. It's not. They're different games. It's different. It's kind of like, do you want to play basketball or hockey? To me, they're both shooting games, obviously, but Call of Duty, even multiplayer or the Blackout, what you're getting is a Call of Duty experience in a different way. In Battlefield, this is like full realistic warfare, whereas Call of Duty is just a run and gun. Battlefield, man, is this new one. It looks good. It's getting kind of shit on, to be honest, in the ratings and stuff. I think it's funny to read some of these people's
Battlefield
expectations.
also held back their Battle Royale too, though.
Yeah, well, that doesn't come out till I think March, so I'm interested to see what it looks like. I have to reserve my.
That was smart. That was smart, in my opinion, on their guys, man. Like everyone else has a Battle Royale that they just threw out there. Luckily, Blackout is doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But Battlefield's kind of waiting in the back.
They can learn.
Like, what do they have to fix? Okay, they need to fix this, and this. Okay, they haven't fixed it yet. We're going to throw that in hours, but it's going to be fixed. You know what I mean?
Well, I hope to God that's what they're doing, man. I really do. I hope that it's, I hope that they're learning and trying to enhance that, because I hope it's not just like,
I'm not going to lie, dude. When the Battlefield Royale comes out, I'm going to try it, because I really like how, because all I ever done in that game was snipe, ever. That's every hour or every minute of that game I played, I did nothing but snipe.
And they've made it better.
It was fun.
Of course you are good at sniping, but like they've made it even to this moment. The new Battlefield 5, in my opinion, I don't know if you played what's it called, the old Battlefield, Bad Company 2, but in my opinion, sniping and shooting in Bad Company 2 felt good. It felt comfortable. You didn't sit there and go, damn, this gun isn't working the way I expected to, or whatever. Bad Company 2 was an awesome game, and it played well. Well, this game, to me, feels more like a Bad Company game with just absolutely stunning graphics. Like, the Battlefield 1 had good-looking graphics. This one is just like, it's ridiculous. You feel like you're playing... every Battlefield or Battlefront game that comes out gets better with graphics, but this one isn't just graphics. The gameplay feels good, and the graphics are amazing. So it's a double whammy here. And so I'm having fun with it, more fun than a lot of people online, or the people that are bitching that I expected more out of a Battlefield 5. It's like, what else do you want? Like, what do you want? You want us to build? You want Fortnite in Battlefront? Because this isn't Fortnite. This is it's Battlefield. It's a different game. It's a war-based game. Like, not a 4-on-4. This is a 32-on-32 all-out warfare. People flying planes, people driving tanks. It's the full experience. And so, graphically and gameplay-wise, I'm giving this one really. I gave it a 90. I think from a playable standpoint, there's just so many good things about it. I'm so surprised that it's getting shit on as much as it is. But again, a lot of these people, they want what they want. They're not looking at it all for it might be an amazing meal, but it didn't have the bread that I liked. It's okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
Then play the game you want to play and whatever. But though we just have my main thing is there are 3 options for people when it comes to game-based. There's more than 3, but there's 3 main options. I'm not going to include what's that new one that PUBG, right? Coming to
Man,
PS4 for $100.
I do not think PUBG is going to even...
No, it's getting its ass kicked now. But there's still people who believe in it. But PUBG just is second rate to these games, in my opinion. And there'll be people who laugh at me for saying that. But the reality is, that game had a lot of issues, and they don't fix their issues as fast as they could. And the player, and plus the seclusion, right? It's not available everywhere. It's going to be now, but I think it's a little late for them. I don't think they're going to have the rush of people from PS4 paying $20, $30, $40 a pop for that game when they're already so invested in Fortnite and all these other systems, or other games. But what I'm going to say is there's 3 phenomenal options, right? You have the kid game and if you like building and stuff. Then you have the run and gun, just the Call of Duty, the true Call of Duty, true to form, like we love. And then you have the full-out warfare. And it's just such an awesome time to be able to play these games and have all these options. And you being Sergeant Sniper, you get to be a part of it in all 3 of them. killing, wrecking
Yeah, I
people.
know, right?
Because, good lord, man. Even the other day when we were playing, you pick people off like, you just hear like, ding! And you know it's Joe getting a headshot. Ding!
It's my favorite sound, bro. Ding!
Oh, man, I love it. I got to play as Todd, man, my buddy, in WWE.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. You had your WWE friend.
Yeah, dude. It's something else to play a video game with a friend from your childhood as a person that's in the game for real and not like a created character. It's just weird, but it's awesome. He had this match in they had a War Games event. It was like the NXT pay-per-view. And dude, it was one of the best 8-man matches in WWE's history. And I'm not just saying that because he's my friend. Like, this match was crazy fun to watch. They put 2 rings side by side, Joe, and then they put a steel cage around both rings. So you had 2 rings inside of a giant steel cage, and you had 8 men going at it. So they were all trying to climb out at this one point, dude. As they were trying to climb out of the cage, Todd went up against the cage, and he did an 8-man, he did a 7-man power bomb. He power bombed. So it was just crazy to like see him be in that moment, crowd going nuts, and now he's in a friggin' video game. I think he's going to be in WrestleMania. I called it last year. I said Todd's coming down the aisle next year for WrestleMania. I'm still calling it. I hope he does. He's an awesome guy, and it's great to see this stuff happening for him. And the sky's the limit for this dude. But I'm going to move on. Okay, so what have you added to your backlog in the last couple of weeks? Even games you haven't played.
Well, one I've added, my all-time favorite, Ninja Gaiden.
Oh shit!
They released it. They released it for the Switch. I want to say either October or this month, and you can go on there and play Ninja Gaiden. So
Dude.
That's on the backlog.
Is it the original?
That game is the original Ninja Gaiden, the Nintendo NES version.
Okay, so you're talking about the it's on the classic console version of the Switch?
No, it's on the Switch. Yeah.
Do you have to pay for it, or is it part of that?
Well, it's like $30 a year or whatever it is. But Adam has that family plan, and he put me on it.
That's
so
what I was saying. Like, it's part of that, right?
For free.
Okay, so I can download it because I'm on that family plan thing.
You should automatically. It should update, and you automatically have it. Because you don't download the games, you just go on there, open up the NES Classic thing, and then all the games are there, and you can just play them.
Dude, before I forget, because I know I'll get sidetracked here. So, my buddy sent me a message the other day, and he's like, "Hey, look what I got." And it looked like a Nintendo, a Super Nintendo, a mini Super Nintendo Classic console. And he paid $35 for this thing. And it comes preloaded with like 400 games. He's getting it. It comes with 2 controllers that look like Super Nintendo controllers. And it led me to laughing just because you and I have talked so much about how, like, you know, they're coming out with this and it has 14 games on it or whatever. But then I can go purchase this thing legally and it has 400 Nintendo games on it. So, like, how is Nintendo allowing that without suing the shit out of them, but then releasing something for 5 times the price with 5% of the games? I think it's crazy. And then it's
a conspiracy. They're all in on it together.
Oh, it's something, man. It's something. Obviously, they're trying to maximize their profit, but it's just crazy to me because then it comes out that the Sony Classic console is running an emulator to play the games, and the emulator it's running is the primary emulator. I think it's called PCCX or something. I forget exactly what it was, but basically it's the emulator you would have downloaded, the main one, 10 years ago if you wanted to play PlayStation 1 games on your computer. They basically took that emulator and said, we're going to use this to make this classic console. So now that goes along the lines of what I was saying a couple weeks ago. There is no doubt in my mind that they could have filled this thing up with every PS1 game ever and charged the same price.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
So knowing that they're using that firmware and that software to do it, I know the file sizes of these games, and I know it's bullshit that they're not doing that. So now I'm calling it that this is an overpriced. It's a joke in my opinion to spend $100 on something that's not going to get that much use. I think there will be people who do use it just for fun, but I can't see anybody really using it to get their $100 worth.
we're in the middle of me and Lance talking about building on, and before I really go in deep and find any more video game consoles or buy more stuff, I'm not gonna buy any more game consoles for a while because I don't have that extra room like I used to here.
Yeah,
so I'm not gonna put my stuff in storage or in the attic or whatever. So I'm just gonna hold off on buying more video game consoles, but eventually I'll have the PlayStation Classic just because. And then obviously, like I said in the past, there's going to be a Nintendo 64 Classic. I mean, there's going to be a PS2 Classic, but I don't see them having a PS3 Classic, obviously, because it's still somewhat new. But I'll probably end up getting it.
It just stinks that they're not upgradable or anything like that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I gotta hold my judgment until it comes out and see what the reviews are. But I mean, it's the same games and stuff. My whole thing is I hate being swindled, and I feel like this is Sony saying, "Hey, we're gonna swindle these people like as best we can." And then
we're getting swindled, bro.
Yeah.
We're getting swindled.
So I gotta ask, Joe, have you bought a PlayStation VR yet?
No, sir.
Because there's yet another game added to the list here that you gotta try. And we talked about it quite a bit in the past. Beat Saber came out last week, and it is ridiculous. Like, it is so much fun to play. You're sitting there swinging these swords, these lightsabers around. We had some people over for Thanksgiving, and they all wanted to try the VR. All of them had never tried VR before. So I put Beat Saber on. That was the first game that they played.
Well, no, I've seen videos of that game. That game looks freaking amazing. It's like the Guitar Hero version of...
Yes.
Yeah, dude, it looks awesome. I think I'd probably get sick and throw up playing it, but I would try it.
You wouldn't at all. There's no motion sickness in this. It is absolutely captivating, and like they're getting better at that. They're working really hard on reducing the motion sickness, but a lot of these games are stationary. Like, you're not in an environment where your body's moving throughout it. So if you're not moving at all, there's little to no chance of motion sickness. So in this one, everything's coming at you. You're not moving away. And so a lot of games, they're wave shooters and stuff where they put you in a carousel and then you're moving forward through the world. As long as the game is in control of your movement or you're not moving at all, there's no motion sickness. But it's when your body is moving at a pace that you're controlling and the world is not adapting to your brain the way it should, that's when you start getting that weird motion sickness. And some games do it way better than others. But the reason you're getting that motion sickness is because your brain is not interpreting what it thinks it should be. So you start getting kind of like when you're going down a roller coaster, your brain's saying, "Hey, what the fuck is going on here?" Whoa,
Yeah.
And it's like, so that's what happens. And that still happens in VR. Like, if you go down a roller coaster in a VR game, you get that same feeling, that dropping, falling feeling, because your brain is interpreting what it sees, and not necessarily the true fall, but the feeling of falling. Your brain is sensing that, so you get that. But in Beat Saber, yeah, these blocks are coming at you. They have arrows on them, and you got to swing through the block in the direction of the arrow. And I read that you get a higher score based off of the arc and the distance of your swing, not necessarily how accurate your swing is. So you can cut the block just on the corner and get the same score as if you go right through the middle. But if you're swinging and dancing really good and getting all over the place and really getting into it, you get a higher score. And so,
oh, nice.
You get your heart rate up, and you're actually sweating, and it's, I mean, you don't have to, right? You can sit there in your chair. They have a chair mode too, where you're just flicking your wrists. But if you want to, you could be dancing around your fucking living room and going nuts.
It's almost like a Dance Dance Revolution /
Yeah, it really
Guitar
is.
Hero.
So I put this on, and this one guy played it, and it's so funny to watch the progression. Almost everybody does the same thing. They start off, and their hands are tucked at their side. They're afraid of hitting anything in the room, and they're just tap, 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 loosen up a little bit, loosen up a little bit. Next thing you know, like a minute later, they're like fucking dancing, and they forget that we're standing there watching them, and they're swinging their arms through and doing good. They go from being really timid to like enjoying it, and then they take the headset off and their eyes are wide and they're like, "Holy shit, that was the best game I've ever played in my life." I shit you not, this guy said that. So then the other guy comes over and he's like, "I gotta try it." He puts the headset on. It takes a minute or two to get that thing adjusted right and everything, so especially for people who've never used it before. He puts it on. He gets in. Tap, tap, tap. 5 minutes later, he's fucking dancing around the room, takes it off. He's like, okay, I'm buying a fucking PlayStation VR for this. And the other guy's like, me too.
There is a couple of games I like to play, man, that looks interesting. That is one of them.
Yeah, and I gotta, I know I've talked about it a lot, but Tetris is, as well in the VR is like, it's just another worldly experience. It's really cool. It has some awesome songs. Don't buy it for the songs, but buy it for the just the experience within. But the songs are cool. Like they did a good job, in my opinion, of adapting the song to the gameplay, and the music changes and the sounds change as you play, and the faster you play. So the game responds to your style, and it gets pretty damn hard pretty quick. So I'm still working on the leaderboards and trying to work my way up and play. But I'll tell you, every once in a while, I'm like, I'm going to play just like 15 to 20 minutes of Tetris, and I just throw it on, and it calms me down. Even when I'm like stressed out or something, there's something about it. It's like mesmerizing. When you have so much shit going on in your head and like work and all this and that, well, when you get in, your brain naturally is trying to make these connections, the L block and the four, the tall block and the square, and your brain is just like zeroing in on trying to make that work, as opposed to worrying about, did you pay the bills, or did you turn off the stove, or you know what I mean? Like all that other shit just goes away because your brain is like instantly trying to make these connections, and then after a few minutes, you're just playing Tetris, and there's no other worries. And when
it does seem,
and that's just flat screen.
I think
I'm
it
talking.
would be fun, honestly.
That's just flat screen. I'm talking. When you put the headset on, you get taken into that Tetris world like instantly. You forget all this other crap going on, and you just play, and it's like soothing. So I love that. But dude, Job Simulator, Ocean Descent. There's a couple of Accounting Plus. There's a couple of games that you can just put people in when the first time they try VR, and none of them cause any motion sickness, and they're fun as hell to play, and they're all winners. Like every time I put people in these things, they're like, "Oh my god, I want to play more of this." So I'm gonna keep asking you every week, and I hope one day the answer is, by God, Kevin, I did, and you were right. I should have done it a year ago. So
I might get one, dude, just to make you happy.
Well, dude, look at the prices. Look at the price. You know what, though, folks? And as we wrap it up, I got to say one thing. Joe has a projector that's like, what, 250 inches or something? Like, huge. It's his entire wall.
Like I got a screen that's 110 inches, but I want to say the projector actually projects out to 180 inches, maybe. So
he's got this huge-ass projector. It's beautiful too. I mean, this thing looks crisp. It's one of those like really, really high definition projectors, right? So this motherfucker had to go out and get a picture-in-picture on his projector. So he went out and bought this tiny ass 75-inch QLED? It's funny because he sent me this picture of like the projector, and then next to it is this. I mean, I'm joking around about tiny. The QLED, the 75 inches is this massive television. And so, but it's so funny because his new living room is nice, big living room, right? And he's got this tiny, in the picture, it looks like this tiny little TV and then the big projector next to it. And I'm like, what the hell, man? You needed a picture-in-picture on this thing? So he's got this this setup that's just phenomenal. I mean, you probably don't need VR. You just stand inside your TV and just fall right in.
Oh, man, the QLED, though, is amazing. Anybody out there depending on, trying to determine what TV to get, I had a 55-inch Sony 4K, the same one Kevin has. They're phenomenal TVs. But we got such a big living room. The 55-inch honestly looked like a 32-inch. It was super small because how big this living room is. So I went and got the 75-inch QLED Samsung, and it's amazing. Gameplay on that thing is stupid. It looks more real now than what a 4K looked like from, because 4K TVs give you 16 million colors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people are like, 16 million colors. We don't even have 16 million colors. You know what I mean? But the QLED TV gives you a billion, right? So if there's any color out there that wasn't noticed before is going to be noticed now. Like we watched The Incredibles 2 on it, and I'm telling you, man, I felt like I could have went up there and reached in the TV and picked up something off the coffee table. Because I mean, you watch movies and you know someone's in the foreground, someone's in the background. Like if someone's in front of a coffee table or by a couch, or you can see that. How your depth perception is. But with a QLED TV, man, that color and the depth and the blacks and all the color, the richness of it, it's almost 3D. It is very, very impressive.
The TV you got is a beautiful looking TV too, so I'm super jealous. But I went ahead because of my jealousy kicked in. I saw a Black Friday deal of a 75-inch television for $750. And so I went ahead and pulled the trigger on that. It's a 4K. It's not HDR, but it's 4K. Pretty good reviews on it. So I grabbed that. I don't even have space for it right now, but we're going to be moving in a few months and we're going to have space for it. So I did pull the trigger on that. And I did get a couple of other Black Friday deals, but didn't go too crazy this year because of the TV. But Joe, my wife yesterday, I think it was yesterday, it feels like yesterday. Maybe it was 2 days ago, I don't know. She calls me up. I'm at the pet store. And I say, oh yeah? And she shows me a video, and she does a video call, and she's holding this puppy. Holy crap. One of the cutest puppies you've ever seen in your life. I mean, it is.
Yeah, dude, I saw the picture. I looked at it a while ago, and I told you I want the damn dog.
But so when I met Crystal, we met in 2002, I think it was, and we ended up moving in together by the end of before our first year of being together. We were living with each other. And a week after moving in we moved to North Carolina, and when we moved there, we went to the pet store and we saw this dog and we had to get it, and that was Chewy. So we had Chewy for quite some time. One of the best dogs. He was a Pekingese. He had his own personality. He was like a little man, like a little old grumpy man, and he was awesome. We loved him very, very much, and he passed away last year. We never really felt the need to replace him. Chewy was Chewy, right? But we had two other dogs, and so we've had three dogs for quite some time. And when Chewy passed, I did not expect to ever get another dog. But along comes this one, and I'll tell you, I didn't want another dog, but I'm okay having another dog.
That dog's cute as shit, man. You can't say you'd ever want another. You can give me 9 of those dogs, I'd take them. That dog's cute as shit.
But I'll tell you what, Joe, this dog, so far, it's just lays there, just sits on your lap. It's a girl, first time having a girl dog, and she's smart. She's already like scratching at the door when she needs to go out. I think she had one accident in the house as a puppy, not too bad. But she goes outside, you put her outside, she immediately goes pee. My boy dogs sit there and smell the ground for 40 minutes before they go pee. This dog's like, I gotta go. You put her out there, she pees, and she's like, I'm ready to come inside. So that's a breath of fresh air. I'd take that over my current dog situation any day of the week, like with the other two. The other two just take forever to go to the bathroom. They're pissing all over the house. This one's like, I don't want to pee in the house.
I hear you.
So, yeah, we got the dog. Her name is Princess Elsa. She's as white as snow. Just a little fluff ball, little Pekingese. And she doesn't look like Chewy, but I mean, all Pekingese kind of look alike. But she is cute. And, as much as I have to sit there and roll my eyes when Crystal said, I want to buy her, I said, you do what you have to do. I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no. If you walk home with that dog, it's yours to take care of. Well, my boys lost their freaking minds when that dog came in the house, and they are so happy. Just to see them happy, I don't care what it takes, man. You see my boys happy like this, and my wife happy. As much as it sucks to have to take care of another dog, I'll do it. And, that's what family's all about. So I do my part by saying yes. Man. And since I work from home, I'll be putting it. But this thing smells. It talks like a gremlin. When she wants to bark, when you put her inside of her pen and she doesn't want to be in there, she sounds like Stitch. She doesn't bark. She doesn't go. Nice. She goes like a demon or something. It's hilarious. So hopefully we can get that curbed and all that. But that'll be my life for the next couple of weeks, taking care of another puppy, and then she'll grow to be a dog, and then she'll be shitting in the house, and That'll be fun.
It's all good, man. It's part of it.
Hey, so as we wrap it up, I know you got things to do. I got things to do. We're gonna get this episode out tonight and let everyone, going back to work for Monday, have some good shit to listen to. They're gonna be happy to hear your voice, man. I'll tell you what.
I hope, man. Like I said, I'm gonna get back in the thing now because I got a situation going on here that's finally settled down. We got everything going, no more moving, so I'll be back. I'm back on pace.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, awesome talking to you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hang up with you, go do some things, and then I'm gonna jump on some Blackout. So if you want to play,
I'll be on there with you, brother.
I got 2 victories in Blackout. Okay, I am a 2-time champion. That's what I'm calling myself now, the 2-time.
Oh, all right, bro. I'll get on there. I'm gonna help my sister with some stuff, and then I'll jump on there with you, man, and we'll do it up.
All right, Sergeant. I'm Kevin.
I'm Joe.
Oh, no. We need precision. I know it's been a while, Joe, but I don't know if you heard me. I'm Kevin.
I'm Joe.
And this is
The Backlog
Exposed.